Hey there guys, Ollie here and I'm back with another free lesson for you. Today we're going to be doing a beginner's blues turnaround. Now this would be ideal if you've never done a blues turnaround before, you're just wanting to get into blues lead playing, or just spice up some basic playing, and it sounds really effective, but it's nicely simple. This is what it sounds like. So that's what it sounds like. It's nice and simple, but it sounds really good. But when would we use it? So when we're coming down in a blues pattern, say we were just doing a kind of chuggy blues in the key of E, something like that, pretty standard. When you reach that B section at the end, we've come down to the A there. When you go back to E here, and then to finish it up you go back up to the B, and then it goes back around. So when we've come down from the B to the A, when we go back to that E there, this is when we're going to do our turnaround. So the turnaround in practice would sound like this. And then you go back round, see? And that sounds really cool. It's this would be perfect for songs like Sweet Home Chicago and things like that, and any kind of slow standard blues classic like that. There are so many, but I'm struggling to think of one that isn't Sweet Home Chicago. There are many. There are very, very many. But yeah, let's show you what we're doing. So once again, this is it. And we're getting a nice B7 in there. It sounds really nice and chromatic. So we're going to start up here. So I've got middle finger at the 5th fret of the G string and my ring finger on the 5th fret of the high E. And what I'm going to do is play the G string, then the high E, then the G. Notice that I'm not touching the B string. I'm not interested in the B string. I'm behaving like it's not even there. So I'm going G, high E, G, like that. But then what I'm going to do, once I've played the G string for the second time, so I've gone G, high E, G, before that note fades away, I'm going to drop my whole shape 1 fret. And you should be able to slide the note with it. So I've gone G, high E, G, slide. So I've slid down to the 4th. Then when I'm at the 4th, I'm going to play the high E here. I'm then going to play the G again, same as before. So I've gone 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to hit the G again, but then slide down to the 3rd fret. Just give you my pick here, if I can do it without hitting the other strings. Can you see? And I'm going to play the high E when I'm there. One more time. So now we're at the 3rd fret, then I'm going to play the G string one final time and we're going to drop down to the 2nd fret. But I'm not going to play the high E string at the 2nd fret, so we've got... Okay, then we're going to release both our fingers and just play the G and high E strings open. Okay. You can play the high E if you want, it's up to you. It's really up to you, but you don't need it. then we'll play them both open. So that sounds pretty cool. Then what we're going to do is form this B7 shape, but we're going to form it as a C7, or a kind of, well yeah, it is that. So what we're going to do, we need our middle finger at the 3rd fret of the A string, our forefinger at the 2nd fret of the D, and our ring finger at the 3rd fret of the G string. Doesn't that sound cool? So yeah, that's kind of the 7th shapes do sound like this. They're really, really good for blues. So we're just going to play all those notes together. You can use your fingers or a pick. But we only want to play the A, D and G strings. Okay, so we've got that formed like that. And then we're just going to drop it all down 1 fret into a B7. These shapes are, their name is essentially determined by what note your middle finger is on if you form them this way. So the root we've got here, in this case, is a C, that's why it's a C7. Then we're going to drop it down, as I say, 1 fret to a B7. And that actually ends the blues run. So far, in fact, scratch what I said about not playing the high E at the 2nd fret. I've decided I do like it now. I didn't before, but I do now. That's how little it takes to sway me, so fickle. And that's basically the turnaround finished, and then it would start in your... Again, a nice little link that I like to do is when you've gone, is bring little finger over, play the 3rd fret of the low E with your little finger, then bring your middle finger off from where it was at the 2nd fret on the A, and then use it to play the 2nd fret of the low E, and then pull off to the open E. So I've got my B7 in place, little fingers come over to the 3rd fret of the low E, like that, middle finger comes to the 2nd, pull off, and then you can jump onto an E. So what that sounds like in practice. And then that's on beat 1 of the 1st bar of your new sequence. So all together. And so on. It just serves as a nice little link. So that is essentially the lick, guys. That's it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope it's been useful for you. If you've got any questions or comments or anything, just shoot me a question. If you don't want to use the comments, you can use the contact form on my website. There's a link to that in the description below. So please, if you've enjoyed it, hit that like button. It really does help me. Subscribe to my channel if you enjoy it and want to receive future updates. Again, check out my website. There's probably more stuff you'll find useful. Okay guys, take care and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.